The crew of the Bayesian superyacht faced more questioning 8 days after the vessel sank off the coast of Sicily and tragically killed 7. A number of unanswered questions remain, such as whether safety precautions were followed in the evacuation and why exactly that boat sank but others near the village of Porticello didn't. The surviving passengers returned home via a private jet Sunday as the luxury boat remains on the sea floor 50 metres below the waves. But the captain and first officer remain in Palermo and face a grilling from the prosecutor's office as they weigh laying charges. 51-year-old Kiwi captain James Cutfield is being investigated for manslaughter and also a shipwrecking charge and faces a third round of queries today. Captain Cutfield has reportedly been extremely cooperative during his questioning, with his lawyer Giovanni Rizzuti saying the sailor had been deeply affected by the ordeal. Rizzuti said, quote, "We are currently assessing, with other legal representatives, the defence strategy and examining the technical aspects of the case." Also staying behind to face the prosecutor's questions is the boat's first officer, Thijs Koopman, with other crew now free to leave the island. The entire crew has faced a round of questioning, with the prosecutor's office now combing CCTV and pictures taken by locals of the boat before the sinking. Notices have to be sent to those under investigation before autopsies can be carried out on the victims. But under Italian law, the captain has full responsibility for the boat and the safety of all those on board. Local media are reporting the management company which look after the Bayesian is now studying how to recover the shipwreck off the ocean floor. The boat is lying 90 degrees on its right-hand side and is reported to still be holding 18,000 litres of fuel. Tech tycoon Lynch and 4 others were found dead in the first cabin of the luxury yacht's left-hand side. The family has now released a statement saying they are devastated and in shock. Their thoughts are with everyone affected by the tragedy. They would like to sincerely thank the Italian Coast Guard and emergency services and all those who helped in the rescue. Prosecutors said the victims had moved to one side of the doomed boat as they scrambled to find air pockets. Questions remain over how the crew conducted themselves and the boat's evacuation after it was hit by the downburst at 5 a.m. Chief Prosecutor Ambrogio Cartosio said at a press conference on Saturday that some behaviours by the crew may have not fit their responsibilities. He said they could not rule out the question of homicide this early into the investigation and vowed to discover how much the crew knew and how much the passengers were warned. Cartosio said, quote, "We will establish each element's responsibility. For me, it is probable that offences were committed, that it could be a case of manslaughter." Divers made more than 120 trips in 5 days to the sunken boat, with mirrors in the cabins making their tough job harder because their lights were reflecting back at them. The victims' bodies were said to be wedged in tight spots with furniture on top of them when divers tragically found them. Locals say that on August 18, lightning and thunder had already started at 9:30 p.m, hours before the ship sank the next morning at 5 a.m. One tricky aspect of authorities' investigation into the sinking is the interviews have been conducted in English and will all need to be translated into Italian. Morgan Stanley Chief International Jonathan Bloomer and his wife Judy and Clifford Chance lawyer Christopher Mulvillo and his wife Nada also died in the tragedy. The body of Hannah was recovered on Friday by divers with some of the search and rescue team involved in the 2012 Costa Concordia rescue. The sailing trip to the Mediterranean is understood to have been a celebration of Lynch's acquittal in a major US fraud trial. The 52-year-old who created software giant Autonomy said he was elated to be cleared on June 6 after a 13-year legal battle.